Okay, so we're going to talk about diabetes today, what causes diabetes, and the science behind diabetes reversal. And this makes me laugh that I'm still doing videos like this, still having this discussion after 20 years on the high carb lifestyle. So today we're going to look at a preliminary study. In medicine, we use preliminary studies, and this is done by J. Shirley Sweeney, MD, from Dallas, Texas. And this is dietary factors that influence the dextrose tolerance test. Dextrose, aka sugar test, is what we use to measure glucose control in people who suspected to have diabetes or just everyday person wants to do a glucose test to see if they're diabetic type 2 or not. And so we're using this test, we use that in medicine a lot every day. It's extensively employed as a diagnostic procedure. And what we did is we had two groups of people. Sweeney had two groups of people. We had student groups. One student group was on the fat diet. They were just on the fat diet, basically. Right? So you call it ketosis. They ate olive oil, butter. Now, this is done in 1927, right? So all of this food's organic. All of it's grass-fed. This is before feedlot. This is organic, grass-fed, pure of the pure. So they're fed olive oil. They're fed butter. Grass-fed organic butter, mayonnaise with egg yolk, real mayonnaise, real keto mayonnaise, and 20% cream grass-fed dairy. Back in the 20s in the US, Texas, it was all grass-fed back then. Now, the carbohydrate group, there's two groups. The carbohydrate group is fed on carbohydrates, were allowed sugar, candy, meaning hard candy, not chocolate, pastry, white bread, baked potatoes, syrup, bananas, rice, and oatmeal. Now, the pastry bit, that could be a little bit oily, couldn't it? The diets were followed for just 2 days. So one was on pure sugar. One was on pure fat, grass-fed fat, mostly whole food fat. And this is what we see. This is what we see after 2 days. We see the top group, the F group, aka fat group, we see that they're right up there in terms of blood sugar, aka insulin resistance. This is not just the insulin resistance, you got to understand this. The insulin resistance is when your blood sugar stays up. People talk about, these spikes in insulin, spikes in blood sugar. That's fine, that's normal. What we don't want is high fasting insulin. High fasting insulin causes inflammation. High fasting insulin causes weight gain because insulin's anabolic. That's why professional bodybuilders use insulin to make them grow even more. Way more. Sumo wrestlers, bodybuilders, etc. If you want to weigh more, you want high, elevated fasting insulin. High and elevated, same thing. Insulin spikes don't matter. Sugar spikes don't matter because they go up and come down. You can go right up and come back right down. You could spike your sugar up to 20 millimoles and then drop down in 10 seconds, it's fine. But if it stays at 20, you're going to have to go ER, aren't you? So it's about context, all right? People go, sugar spike, insulin spike, spike. It doesn't matter about the spike. What matters is it stay up there. That's just like saying, someone gives you $1 billion in your account, but tomorrow it's gone. And you're like, I didn't get to use it. If you've got $1 billion in your account, you get to actually use it. Yes, it's pretty good. You get a little spike for a few seconds. The money's gone. The insulin's gone. The fat's gone. The blood sugar's gone. If it stays up, that's the issue. So we see that it stayed up. All right, stayed up. Now let's have a look at another group here. And we switched it around a bit. They're like, this is interesting. So they did a follow-up study, and we have time in minutes where we mixed it up. 2,600 calorie diet. The protein was kept the same, 80 grams a day, meaning 320 calories in protein. So then we had 50 carb up to 500 carb, right, and 40 fat versus 240 fat. So again, they replicated, and the more fat you ate, the more that blood sugar stayed up. The less fat you ate, the more the blood sugar stayed chill, stayed normal. Insulin sensitivity, stable blood sugars, like consistent. Elevated blood sugar, consistently high, is insulin resistance. Blood sugar going up, back down to normal, insulin sensitivity. So this, my friends out there, 2 days, high-fat diet gives you diabetes in 2 days. You'll be pre-diabetic. And that is the science. And that concludes our presentation today from the Durianrider Clinic here in Beulah Park, South Australia. If you have any questions, hit me up down below. If you want more information, grab a copy of my ebook, Carb the F Up, and Durianrider's Lean Body Bible. We can't use the offensive language due to algorithm reasons. Some people are a bit offended. But anyway, that's the deal. Serious talk now. That's it. We've shown you the science. Now we want to hear the little people down below. Oh, but sugar's bad, but carbs are bad, but whole food fats is okay. Avocado gives you insulin resistance. Refined white sugar gives you insulin sensitivity. That's the science. If you want more information, go check out Mastering Diabetes. They have in a list of studies, even though they contradict what they say in their book versus the study data is undeniable. Refined carbohydrates increase insulin sensitivity. The more fat you eat, the more insulin resistance you have. The less fat you eat, the better insulin sensitivity. The more carbs you eat, the more insulin sensitivity you have. And the less carbs you eat, the more insulin resistance you have. Because you've got to eat calories from somewhere. All right, so you get the fat or you get the carbs, you get a bit of a mix. And if you get a mix, you're sort of so. But if you want the best, stick with high carb, low fat. If you want diabetes real quick, high fat, low carb. Simple as that. Test Joe Rogan's blood. Test Sean Baker, you know, fellow peer of mine, fellow colleague, and diabetic. You know, he's got diabetes. So tilt of the hat to Sean Baker. He's the guy who claims he just eats meat and anabolic steroids. But even with all the steroids he's taking, he still has insulin resistance. But we've got to give a bit of a nod of the head for him actually showing that he does have type 2 diabetes, which, based on the science we showed today, can be reversed. All right? You can give yourself diabetes, type 2, and you can take it away. You can, just play with your blood sugar levels based on how much fat or carbohydrate you eat. Does that make sense? Is there anyone confused yet? There probably is. Let's do another video tomorrow about it.